Mr. B, XRP here, and welcome back. We've got a couple of great things to discuss in this video. I'm going to chat with you about how to explain crypto at Thanksgiving time, because a lot of you are going to be sitting around the table and your family's going to be asking you about crypto and how things are going. Also, what are going to be the best performing cryptos in December? I want to bring that to our attention. And we've got the world's highest IQ holder giving a crypto prediction. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And also Walmart is in the news with crypto, and we're also going to visit that as well. So let's jump into it. The market's still moving, downward and sideways, and it's messy and it's sloshy and people are nervous. We're at number 14 for extreme fear, which is pretty high, pretty extreme fear, but if you're an XRP person, you don't feel fear anymore. You're numb by now, especially if you've been in this for several years. If you're new, don't feel the fear. In fact, if you're new, here, go to this chart, take a look at the 1-year return, 97.65%. And on Ethereum, it's 2.12%, and on Bitcoin, it's 4.94%. If you're newer, you need to zoom out and look at 90-day, 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year returns, and then decide if what you're invested in is a good investment for you. And that's a decision only you can make. Okay, let's get into this thing. Bitcoin's at 93,995. Ethereum's at 3,121. Tether's holding comfortably at $1. And XRP's at $2.21. And CoinDesk said what crypto is going to have the best performance in December? Well, look, I mean, if you ask me, all of the spot ETFs that are going to go live for XRP between tomorrow and the end of the year, I think it's hands down in the top 10 digital assets. I think it will be XRP, and that's just my personal opinion. Now, there may be some outlier out there that's new to the market and has some hype or whatever, but I don't think anything in the top 10 is going to outperform XRP between now and the end of the year, especially in December. That's my personal opinion, but I'm sure that you guys have yours as well. This was just in $7 trillion UBS just reported buying $475 million of Bitcoin. And he goes on to say, you are scared, banks are buying. So, look, they're buying. The institutions are buying when the prices are low, and now they're going to get on the Bitcoin Treasury map for sure as one of the larger holders of Bitcoin, which is pretty neat. Okay, here it is from CoinDesk, latest. World's highest IQ record holder, Young Hoon Kim, claims Bitcoin's going to hit $220,000 in the next 45 days. This is important, right? Because the rest of the market follows Bitcoin. And this is good for everyone, not just Bitcoin holders. But let's hear what he has to say and how he says it.
As world's highest record holder, I expect Bitcoin is going to $220,000 in the next 45 days. I will use 100% of my Bitcoin profit to build churches for Jesus Christ in every nation.
All right, well, we're going to mark this one, and we're going to see. I'm going to keep it in my bookmarks, and we're going to see if Bitcoin hits 220. That's a big number from where it is now. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see it, but I don't have the highest IQ in the world, and he does. So hopefully he's right and I'm wrong. All right, so Walmart is in the news today when it comes to crypto. Let's hear about it.
Just the ease of which regular folks, people who go to Walmart. There are 150 million Americans who use Walmart online or in person every week. Can now actually have crypto in the very same app. They can buy it, they can hold it, they can store it, they can trade it if they want. And then when they want to go pay for something, they can turn it into cash and like we said, go. OnePay is actually integrated into the checkouts of Walmart. So it is, I think, a milestone in that case, Carl.
Boy, for those of us that have been here forever, we lived in the shadows of crypto. When we mentioned crypto or digital assets to people, they looked at us kind of cockeyed and like we were doing something wrong and it was nefarious. But it is mainstream now. I mean, look, Walmart's going to be taking crypto payments through OnePay. And I'm going to go check out OnePay today and see what digital assets that they allow to be used, and see what Walmart's going to be taken. But pretty soon it'll be all the major ones without a doubt. But that's great news. This came in from CoinMarketCap. It says latest, crypto investors remain most interested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, with the fourth place probably going to XRP. Coinbase Asset Management President Anthony Basile told Cointelegraph in recent interview. Well, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I mean, look, XRP is number 3 on the market cap, so I don't know how you say XRP is number 4 and Solana is number 3, but it doesn't make any sense to me. And we've just seen with the release of the XRP ETF, it actually, in its first day, had a better first day than Solana. So I'm going to disagree with Anthony on that one. And we will see how that one plays out. So this is Ripple Bullwinkle, and he's making a point here. Look, institutional demand for XRP, it's always been there, but now it's out in the open. It's out in the wild, right? And now we're starting to see that tap. That tap for institutional demand is turned on, but we're starting to see the supply go down of XRP being available on exchanges. So here, what he had to say on Twitter.
This might be the most important 60 seconds that you hear all year, because the XRP supply shock that people are waiting for, it's already happening. Let's connect the dots real quick. JP Morgan forecast a massive Bitcoin cycle. The $92,000 CME gap on Bitcoin, it's still waiting to be filled. Trump is prepping a $20 trillion liquidity blast. Canary's ETF inflows on XRP just double BlackRock, and 70% of the XRP is already being deployed into DeFi. These aren't random events, everyone. These are coordinated signals, all pointing to the same exact pressure point. XRP supply, it's drying up at the exact moment institutional demand is ramping up. Exchange reserves, the lowest we've seen in years. Over-the-counter desks, they're strained. ETFs, aggressive. DeFi, it's absorbing. This is what a supply shock looks like before the charts actually react. By the time the candles move, it's already going to be too late. If you've been waiting for confirmation, well, guess what? This is it. This might be.
So these are some great points he makes. And the other thing that you need to take into consideration is there are some yield products about to come out for XRP that are going to be offered by some of the larger players. Maybe what you might consider to be safer yield products. Not as risky, maybe a lower yield, but much lower risk than you might see on some DeFi platforms. And as those yield products get released, what that's going to cause people to do is going to cause them to lock up their XRP. So once they lock up their XRP to get yield, that XRP is not in play anymore. It's not circulating. It's not being bought and sold anymore. And that also will help dry up the supply. So I do believe the supply is drying up. And I wanted to go to, this is something I wanted to go to. So I wanted to take a look at the different ETFs that are coming live pretty soon and how big the companies are, right? So Canary's already live with their XRP ETF, and there wasn't any assets under management publicly cited. I did see somewhere where it said 200 million, but it just didn't seem accurate. It didn't seem like enough, especially when you consider how much they did in XRP the first day. Franklin Templeton, which is going to go live on the 18th, $1.64 trillion in assets under management. Bitwise Asset Management, $15 billion in assets under management. 21 shares, $11.3 billion. CoinShares, $9.3 billion. Grayscale Investments, $35 billion. Wisdom Tree Investments, $137 billion. And that's just a handful of them. There's far more going live between now and the end of the year. So big stuff is happening. All right, last thing I want to talk to you about is, look, family's going to be sitting around the Thanksgiving table and they're going to want to be asking you about digital assets. And some of us just got tired of teaching people how to do it. And some people don't have the time it takes to learn digital assets. And that's why I built Blockchain Bootcamp. I built it for people to be able to get up to speed, right? So what I did was I tried to compress my 8 years of digital asset experience in a 90-minute program. And here's a 50-second video that talks about it. And let me hit future. It's happening right now, but most people still don't truly understand it. I'm Nick Birafedo, creator of Blockchain Bootcamp, the fastest way to become crypto fluent in just 90 minutes. No hype, no jargon, just clear, real-world education. Choose the retail or financial advisor edition and finally understand wallets, custody, and how blockchain is transforming finance. And if you're already crypto-centric and blockchain native, it's the perfect way to help a friend, family member, or colleague learn crypto the right way. If you've got 90 minutes, I'll transport you years ahead in your crypto knowledge. Enroll today at CryptoCoachNick.com. I'm telling you, I released this program in the last 60 days, and the feedback I've gotten has just been absolutely incredible. I'm just so happy. I originally built it for financial advisors, and as I was building it for financial advisors, I thought to myself, my God, retail investors need this even more. I mean, there's more retail investors that need this. So I built this program. If you go to CryptoCoachNick.com, you can take a look at it there. I have a discount code for you folks. If you use XRP589, you will get a 25% discount. Check it out. Tell your family and friends if they want to learn about digital assets and you want to help them get up to speed and you don't want to spend the time doing it, or they just don't have the time to figure it out on their own. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Hey, please hit subscribe. If you're still here, you're my people, so just subscribe, and this way you'll be in tune every day with what I'm putting out. And hit the notifications button. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Always do your own research. See you next time. Bye-bye.